just gonna ask you questions, banter
That's
back
perfect.
and forth, make some fun of Kate.
Sounds
And
good. Yeah.
okay.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay. Um, Hi, everyone. Kate here with Bauer Cares. The mission of Bauer Cares is to support the charities, organizations, groups, and programs that are near and dear to Bauer team members, while also bringing awareness and educating those in our local and social media communities. Today, we have Jenny and Tom, and they are part of the American Legion Riders Chapter 571. Can you please give me a brief overview of your organization and its mission?
Well, we're the local chapter here, Wesleyville, the American Legion Riders. It's a group that's comprised of the entity foundation of the Legion, which is auxiliary members, veterans, which are Legionnaires, and sons, which are sons and grandsons of veterans. So basically, we're a veterans kind of quasi motorcycle group at the post, which we're not your typical motorcycle group. We fundraise for veterans. Okay, only good stuff in the community. That's what we do, and that's what we thrive on. Primarily veterans causes. Our fundraiser for the Jarrid King Ride, which is coming up, which Bauer Specialties has been an awesome supporter of ours over the years, is for the Wounded Warriors program. We went with Mike Ruzzi and Channel 12 News and took a very large check, $10,000. Thanks to people like Bauer and other members of the community, we're able to do that, take that down to Pittsburgh corporate office. And we had such a successful year last year, we were able to siphon off some of that. Now we initially got our 10,000 and exceeded that goal. So we were able to give to Tunnels to Towers, which builds handicap accessible homes for veterans. It's a very, very worthy cause. And we also were able to donate to Warriors to Washington, which takes our local Erie County veterans at no expense to them whatsoever, run by Joe Fott at the Northeast Veterans Center. They take them down to DC at an all-expense trip to show them what they're basically fighting for and what they've given away, even if they weren't combat veterans, what they gave away some of their prime years of their life for this country. You know, it's non-political, apolitical. Everybody should go see DC, regardless of your political views.
It's a great,
Yeah.
great sightseeing tour, from what I
It
understand.
really was. It was an amazing event, and that's kind of what we fundraise for. We're closing in on an amazing $100,000 for Wounded Warriors over the years. It's taken us a while to
Wow.
get there. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. If we told Mike that, Mike was like, "Wow, that's a nice chunk of change, you know, to help our troops." And we had a visiting general came for the. I cannot remember his name, a one-star general. He was very impressed.
Yeah.
He said this rider chapter is amazing. We are probably we have 54 members. Tom is a founder.
We have about 54 members, and at our monthly meetings, we get about half.
Yeah.
Okay, which is pretty good for the Legion. Half of those are great workers. Okay, they do a lot of helping out on our fundraising, getting sponsors, so on and so forth. And it's just remarkable of what things we've been able to do in the last 10 or 12 years that we've been here.
We started with just enough for basically what you
Right.
need for a chapter is just enough to have a board.
A board member. Board member. We started out with
Yeah.
5 or 6 board members, and within the next 6 months, we've added I think 3 or 4 more members that we've included in with the founding members. And we over the years we've had ups and downs, growing pains. But once the King family got involved, they gave us direction, and wow, we've impressed the region, okay, on what we've been able to do with this ride.
Yeah. You
How
pretty
long
much
have
got.
you guys been doing this for?
I've been in the riders. I want to say, oh boy, at least 9 years. So a long time. He was in from the very
I was
beginning.
in from the very
Yeah,
beginning.
and they've been.
Since 2008.
Yeah, 08. So it's 17 years for him, and I'm at least 10 as the riders. Now we're to the point where you've got and it's an honor. I'm not saying it to brag. It's really just an honor that Fairview, Jarrid, and the other chapters come to us. How do we do this? How do we fundraise? How do we run a successful motorcycle ride? Well, I don't want to call it an all wheels ride because we include any vehicle can ride in our ride, but we're primarily a motorcycle ride. But we don't want to not include people. People bring their sports cars, and it's always, we don't want any accidents to happen, but it's always good to have a couple 4 wheels along in case something were to occur. And thankfully, you know, knock on wood, we haven't had that in all the years we've done our ride,
Right.
which is a good thing. Let's hope again this year. So, but yeah, it's really amazing how far we've come with this, with Don and Beth's involvement. Now, Jarrid, who the ride is named after. If you come into Erie from Buffalo, you ride over the Corporal Jarrid L. King Memorial Bridge, which crosses 6 Mile Creek. And you're not gonna talk about the riders without linking Jarrid to us, because
Right.
Jarrid is our whole main reason we do this. Jarrid,
He's our guy.
he's our guy. He was killed in action. And before that, he was talking to his parents about what he wanted to do when he got out of the service. And he said he wanted to fundraise for vets with PTSD, vets with, it's self 20-year-old man thinking like this when he was in the army, before it gave the ultimate sacrifice.
Wanting this to go to Wounded Warriors Project
Yeah.
locally.
So we're picking up the torch for Jarrid, and his parents are gold star parents, not a name and name only, but they're gold star people. And so Don and Beth have been our guiding light for this
Yes.
for the entire time. And it's just very fulfilling to me. I'm retired law enforcement. Tom is retired GE. This is what we do now. So this is our mission now, is to give back and try to fundraise for the community. And that's pretty much what we do,
Can you explain a little bit about like what happens during the ride, what
Sure.
someone can expect if they're gonna participate?
Sure, yeah.
Stuff of that nature?
Yeah, the ride starts at the American Legion Post 571. Now, some folks don't know where that is. It's off of Buffalo Road. A lot of people, if you tell them where Russ's Diner is, they go, "Oh, well, I know where Russ's Diner is." Well, it's right behind Russ's Diner is our Legion. And the ride registration will begin at 10 a.m. and it's $15 a bike, $5 for a passenger, and 15 for a car. And you can take your passengers in your car. And the ride basically encompasses about 123 miles this year. We're going to Conneaut, Ohio. Then we're going to, it's called Fat Boys on Dixonburg Road by Albion, SCI Albion,
Right.
and Albion. And then we go from there to Waterford Legion, okay? And then from Waterford to Northeast back to Wesleyville. So it's a very, very large circle, 123 miles, with stops along the way and different opportunities along the way for fundraising for us.
Right.
So, and then everybody comes back for a big after party. Now, you don't have to go on the ride. You can just come to the after party, which is $5 per person, and it gets you into the party and an opportunity. We have many auction items throughout the community. Many people donate items for us to auction, very many big sponsors. And that gives you admission to the party, all you can eat food, and a chance to win some great prizes, and basically help veterans in the process. And we have a DJ, we have a band this year, and an outdoor tent. I mean, this thing has really grown. And our
Last
post
couple of years, yeah.
we have a wonderful post commander, Rich Sambucino, who has really helped us put this thing on steroids, and really has grown so much the event. And I hasten to call it a party, because it's really a fundraiser, but it is a party.
Yeah.
You can walk and chew gum here, so it's a little of both. So, yeah.
A lot of camaraderie goes on. They're
Yeah.
telling stories about their ride and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So.
And their post is just wonderful, because even though we're the riders, we're a separate entity. The auxiliary will kick in, the sons will kick in, the veterans will come in, even if they're not riders, and volunteer their time and basically go around and sell tip boards or help clean up or do whatever we need. We have all hands on deck for this. This is probably the biggest event that the post puts on every year, without a doubt. And the community looks for it. Mayor Johnson in Wesleyville is outstanding. Puts a banner across Route 20 for us for the event. So, I mean, you can't possibly not know about the Jarrid King ride if you live in a 5 mile area.
Him and his wife were riders at one time.
They were riders at one
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
back in the day. Yep. So that's in a
So
nutshell.
you guys have like a basket raffle, or like,
We do.
my
We
wife
call-
loves to make these
Oh,
baskets.
We call
So-
it.
Yeah, she does.
Well, we'll gladly take one. Take anything.
Oh, when
we
does
can-
she have to have it in by?
It would be the 26th of July is the event. So I would say the week before that, a good month away. So my wife loves to do it too. My wife made 3. She makes 2 or 3 a year for us every year. And that's her stick, and she digs it, so that's what she does. So, yeah, it's we call it the American auction for obvious reasons. We're the American Legion. So we call it the Great American Auction. And then we have big ticket items too. Adam Stemka of Metalheads Flags. If you've ever seen the distressed metal flags around, Adam has just been wonderful from the gate with us. We can count on him for 2 backlit, and these are not cheap. He can get 400 a piece for them, but he donates 2 of them to us every year without question, just for the veterans, and he's just been wonderful to us over the years. And corporate sponsors, we have several financial institutions, and Key Bank
Right.
being one of them, that kick in and really help us and buy donuts and water for the guys. and gals going out on the ride in the morning, and anything we don't have to buy is more money we can donate to veterans. We fundraise and have startup money, but if we don't have to dig into that startup money so much, then that's more than we can. And now this is our big fundraiser for the whole year. This isn't just for Wounded Warriors. That's our main thing. But anything we get additionally, we can help Liberty House, which is homeless veterans, and we have helped them. We always make sure they have a couple of we used to take actually food down there.
Right.
But they said it's much easier if you just give them Walmart gift cards so the guys can go shopping. So we always fundraise for them. We give them Easter and Thanksgiving and Christmas because they don't have homes.
Yeah.
So we make sure that they shouldn't go without a holiday dinner. They served our nation. So we make sure that they have that taken care of. We also do the veterans program, Operation Cold Snap up at the VA.
Right.
Long-term veterans, we use this money to buy blankets and hoodies and clothing for guys that don't maybe have a lot of funds. And I know they're in a long-term hospital, but it can get chilly there. And we put on a fundraiser and the bike nights throughout the summer and fundraise with hot dogs, and we'll get a band. We have a band that always volunteers their time. And the old guys, they're not ambulatory, but they can come out on their porches at least. So we bring the band and the hot dogs and we bring the party to them, so they can have a nice evening. And anything we fundraise off of that, we can buy blankets and keep them warm in the wintertime. So these are just some of the things we do in the community.
So what time does the party start at the Legion on the 26th? So Kate knows when she's got to be there.
It is at 4 p.m. and it is a big party. I mean, there are really, and Nick Scott has donated a huge Splash Lagoon package and hotel. I mean, it has just been amazing. We have a lot of big prizes this year.
She usually likes to stay out till like 2 a.m. So does it go that
Does
late?
it go that late?
That's good because we certainly like to stick around. So yeah, the band doesn't even start till 8. So you're good. So yeah,
Well, I have to take a nap.
Yeah, you might have to take a nap in between. So
You two don't sound like you need any naps. I don't think you guys sleep with all this stuff you're doing.
No, we've been doing this a while now, Tom.
Yeah, we've been doing, we have a lot of tricks that we do.
Yeah.
And they turn out pretty good.
Tom was there before me. I jumped on a moving ship and Don is King has said, man, between the two of us and Keith Mayo, and we have several others that I'd be remiss to not name, but we have probably about 9 of us that make it happen.
Yeah.
We have 54 members. I'd love to tell you that I have 54 participants, and that's okay because they come and they support the ride, even if you only come the day of. But you need a couple of movers and shakers to make it happen. And we certainly have.
How many people ride in this ride? Like how many different bikes or vehicles? I'm thinking about. I got a Corvette. I'm thinking about coming and driving this thing.
You should come riding in a Corvette. You should absolutely. We have a lot of sports cars that come too, and we have our peak bike was right after COVID. We hit 220 bikes, and that was big. Now last year we had 2 competing rides, and it kind of peels off some of our rides. When you divide like that. But the good thing is Erie Abate has put out a calendar this year, and nobody's stepping on our. I don't want to say stepping. I mean, you're entitled to do what you want, but we don't want to.
They taste the rides out.
Yeah, we don't want to step on their event either because there's so many bikers in the community. We'd like to get them all to go one way for this weekend, and that's kind of what we have. We kind of have the flight path is cleared, and it's just the King ride pretty much on that route. So if you're going to do a motorcycle ride that weekend, we're the only game in town, which is a good problem to have.
Hey, whose bike were you riding on?
What's that mean?
I actually rode with Mr. King one year.
You did really?
I am. I'm a old family friend of the King family.
Oh, so you're a veteran of the King ride then. Good for you.
So I have been to the ride. I've been to the party, which I can attest is a good time.
It is an amazing day. And you leave out of there feeling great because even in a small way, even if you're just doing our ride or you're riding as a passenger, you've given to veterans. I mean, that's the bottom line. If you've registered and participated, you've helped Wounded Warriors that day in some small way. So everybody, it's nice to win a prize or whatever, but everybody runs out of there a winner in my eyes because you've helped veteran causes in the community. And, it's just an amazing, the thing we did last year with Mike Ruzzi, we got in the honor guard van and we took a news reporter down with us and took to check right to corporate. And the photos of that
in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, in Pittsburgh. And it was just wonderful to do that. Now they're coming up here this year setting up a table, Wounded Warriors, and they have a couple of their guys that go, we're missing out on a great ride. We're coming up for the ride, so we have actually Wounded Warriors corporate people coming up from.
So we'll have
state
information tables
We
set
will.
up.
Yeah, this year we're gonna have information set up for Wounded Warriors at the event. So yeah, it's gonna be a special day this year, I think. So
Sounds
Tom
like a
has the
great
new,
time.
Tom has the new t-shirt on for this year already.
The new
As
t-shirt.
to why, which is covered, but yeah, that's our new shirt. So
We get
sell
t-shirts?
we sell
This-
t-shirts at the event. These are $20
All
at the
right.
event. Yeah, and
And
that's Jarrid's logo on the side, and RED, for those that don't know, is Remember Everyone Deployed. So every Friday at Legions and VFWs across the country is Red Shirt Friday. Even if you don't wear this red shirt, even if it's a plain red shirt, you're showing solidarity. Remember everyone deployed. Remember our troops that are not with you today. They're out in the Mediterranean right now, and we'll pray for them and what's going on in our globally. But this is why we chose red this year for our color and did the red shirt sleeve this year. So yeah, they're pretty cool. And I have a friend who does these for us over in Ohio, and I get them at a great cost because the night I don't want cheap shirts. I want nice shirts, but I don't want to spend a lot for them because
For
again,
sure.
the cheapest I can get them, the more I can make money for vets off of the t-shirts. So we're at about a 50% profit on the shirts, which is really, really good, for t-shirts. So every one we sell is $10 more to Wounded Warriors, so that's a part of our fundraising that we do on our end too. So, and then we always get a matching poker chip. If you do the ride, you get the poker chip when you're done. And I've got a collection of them. I kind of like, a lot of bikers like poker chips. They have them on the wall and collect them. And this year's will be a matching red poker chip for the Jarrid King ride. So, yeah. And then we'll sell those to those that don't do the ride. You can buy one, the day of. So yeah, they're not very much. So yeah. So that's it's good. It's a good time. It's just so much fun. I'm glad you're coming or thinking of coming.
I'm definitely gonna come.
I live probably 2 blocks away from the Legion, so
There's
perfect
nobody-
walking distance.
there's nobody I've reached out to, and this is the list. It's pretty extensive of sponsorship that I've gone out and beat the pavement, and there isn't anyone on this list that I didn't talk to that had said, the way you describe it, I don't think I can miss this party. Here's your $25 gift card. We appreciate it. But I'm gonna be there. And I said, that's wonderful. That's
So how do people sign up in advance?
you don't have to. It's just the day of registration. There's nothing to do but show up the day of. Very, very
Okay.
simple. Yep. And you just get in line with everybody else, go in, pay your money, get your wristband, and you're good.
And
Yeah, cool.
if you can't go on the ride, you can still come and register,
Right.
knowing that your $15 or $20
Right.
goes towards the Wounded Warrior Project, and you can feel gratified for that fact.
Or if you want to, you can just give 5 later on, and that still goes to
Yeah.
Wounded Warriors and get into our party. And Donato's has been fabulous. The local Donato's.
Pizza.
Yeah. We have
Yes.
all you can eat pizza. We have salad. We have desserts like you wouldn't believe. I think we have pop too.
There's a lot of things that have been donated.
A lot of
That's
things that have
great.
been donated. You're not gonna leave hungry. And it's $5. I mean, where can you
Yeah.
go eat for $5? All you can eat, Donato's Pizza,
You
$5.
guys should do
And-
that every weekend.
We do that every year, and they just keep bringing, and they're fresh because they don't bring them until we need them. Then we call and they'll bring more, and they have them all set up, and we have a good system now with that. So it's pizza all the way, So, and if you like, we have weapons too, the gun raffle. So I mean, we'll walk around with some floor guns. We have advanced tickets for guns. We're raffling off 8 guns too. So, but that's not our primary fundraiser, but it is a big portion of it. We will make, if we sell all, and we always sell all, we will make $3,000 towards Wounded Warriors on just the gun raffle. So it's worth having. That's a good chunk of change, towards our 10. So we're very, very close, I believe, to hitting the $100,000 mark. We might even do it
That'd be
this year.
nice.
We will certainly do it next year. Now, I don't mean annually, I mean
Oh, wow.
collectively. Each year,
Yeah.
10, 10, 10, 10. And last year we exceeded the 10. So we were able to funnel off, like I said, siphon off and give to other charities. We'll always make sure that Wounded Warriors gets their $10,000 first. That's our primary goal. That's what's on our t-shirts. But after that, if we can help other veteran causes, we will. And locally too, like Liberty House, we always, regardless of their King ride, we will fundraise for Liberty House. They will not go without, and the one story that was on the news, they were out of coffee and they let it be known on the news that they were out of coffee. We found out about it just through the news story, and
One of our newer riders.
One of our
had a
newer riders
connection-
is a retired Master Chief.
Had a connection.
Had a connection in Florida, and Master Chief's in the Navy is pretty high up, and he was able to make some phone calls and got a pallet of coffee delivered to the Legion. We
Hey,
got
we
the
might
pallet
be
of,
out of coffee here too.
we got the pallet of coffee loaded box after box into the honor guard van. The news followed us down and took it down, and it was cute. They made a story out of it. Well, you're not out of coffee now. They had so much they stored it in the basement, and they're still living off of that pallet of coffee, which is a good thing. So
Yeah,
if
perfect.
anybody knows anything about veterans, male or female, we don't run with the Army and the Navy and the Air Force and the Space Force and all of them do not run without coffee. So yeah, and retired and veterans that are out of the service want their coffee still. So we
True.
made sure that we made that happen. So that's like one small little mission we did,
Well,
So
Denny and Tom,
understand
this
this.
sounds like a great thing.
oh, it's awesome. You
Thanks for
guys,
coming in.
thank you, sir. Yeah,
Kate,
you
you
guys
want to
have
go
been
ahead
very,
and
yeah,
sign us out?
yep.
Absolutely. Thank you again for sitting down with us.
Thank you for your
you
past
guys are-
generosity, sir. We really appreciate you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you, guys. Yep.
All right. I'm gonna quit recording here.
Okay.
All right.